welcome to Eisenhower School. We're so happy that you're here with us on this very cold morning. I am Principal of Eisenhower, and I'm very happy to welcome you here for our 5th grade band and orchestra Informance, which our teachers will be telling you all about today. 5th grade is a year of a lot of firsts when our students come from their primary schools and join us here at Eisenhower. So we have a lot of really new opportunities, new lessons for students to learn when they're here, and the instrumental program is one of those opportunities for students to participate in beginning in 5th grade. So it was not very long ago that our 5th graders here had their very first lessons on their instruments and their very first ensemble rehearsals, where you got them here early before school. We had some orchestra parents come and learn how to carry their basses home, get lessons on how to make sure you're safely transporting your child's instrument. So that was really just a couple of months ago. And we're already here ready for our students to share their very first performance with you as an ensemble, as a 5th grade orchestra and a 5th grade band. So we're so happy that you're here to experience this with us. You should be very proud of your child and the incredibly hard work that it is to learn how to play a musical instrument. That in and of itself is one thing, but then to be able to do that with a group of 60 of their classmates and play together at the same time and in a way that sounds somewhat resemblance of a tune that you might recognize is an incredible feat. And they've done so much in just a couple of months. And we're really very proud of the students and very proud of the incredible faculty here that helps your children learn. So before we begin, I would really like to recognize our instrumental music staff, our orchestra directors, Mrs. Bodette and Mrs. Denza, and our band directors, Mr. Diskin and Mr. Moore. I just said Diskin. Mr. Diskin. So again, thank you so much for being here, and I know you're going to enjoy the performance. So we're going to begin with our 5th grade orchestra with Mrs. Bodette.
Okay, good morning everybody. So this is not a traditional concert where we're playing a whole bunch of different actual pieces or songs, if you will. This is entitled an Informance today, and literally our goal is to inform you of what your children have learned so far. So the first thing that we learn here with the strings is what each of the 4 strings sound like, and to try and play them all together at the same time. So this is called our open string cycle. Instruments up, feet on the floor. Thank you. Cupcake fingers. So the next thing that they had to learn was how to figure out to put their fingers on specific parts of the instrument. There's no keys, so we have little tapes on there to give them a little bit of a guideline. So they're going to be putting their bows down now, because what we're going to do is focusing on the left side of the body and where each of the fingers go, and we're going to be playing this, what's called pizzicato, which means to pluck the string. And this is just an open string cycle version, but with fingerings on each one of the strings. Okay. Instruments up. No bow, put your bow down on the music stand, please. Bow down on the stand. And this is the fast version. they started to learn how to associate what they were reading on paper with where it was located on the instrument. So this next one is a little jazz tune called Moanin', and they learned the notes by reading English and then finding those notes on her. So we haven't used actual musical notation yet for this, but this is called Moanin'. Okay, so while our students are flipping their papers over, the next one is entitled Rockin' on D, and this is the first time that they're actually reading notation on a staff. So they have to learn their clef, which for violas is different from like piano, flute, average things. And for cellos and basses, it's kind of like left hand on the piano, if you're familiar with that. So it's kind of like learning how to read in a full entire different language. This first one's called Rockin' on G. We expanded and learned how to read two different notes. So this is using the note D and the note A. This is called two-string salsa. This next one is a favorite with the group. It's called Vivaldi on G, and now we're learning to read and play on a new string. This is the G string. This is called Vivaldi on G. Where they mix up and they have to read all three of these different notes that they thank you again so much. I know it's not easy, but you're like, go practice. And I'm like, I don't want to. I have 2 kids. Well, one no longer playing different instrument now, not orchestra. So I know what it's like. It's a challenge. So thank you so much for continuing to support them through this, even when they don't necessarily want to do it. We're coming into the roughest time of the year. They feel super great today. You're probably like, wow, everything sounds really great. And then January comes along, and we're starting from scratch. Now we're learning new notes, we're learning new bowings, the music is getting longer, the techniques are getting more challenging, and they're like, why did I do this to myself? Why did I sign up? So try and help them kind of like push through January and February, have some play dates with friends, either online or in person, that can help them get through it. If you have family that lives far away, maybe January, February, let's set something up, play for a family member far away, something to continue to encourage them. That's usually where we see like a massive slump in interest, and then it kind of picks up again as they start learning the new music, and they're like, oh, I'm not terrible after all, I just had to learn some new things. So please try and push through it. If you ever need help, please reach out to us and we can help guide you through that as well. And then the last thing, I know some of your children are sitting in row 7 because our orchestra is so large. So after we finish this last piece, you will stand up and take a bow, and then I will have them sit down 1 row at a time. So if your child is in row 7, you'll get to see them standing all by themselves. So have your cameras ready at the end. And this last one is called Salamander Samba, and it is their first full-length piece of music, and it's using all the notes that we've learned so far. So hope you enjoy Salamander Samba. Thank you again for coming out, and have a wonderful holiday season and Happy New Year. Thank you. Let's be fast. Row 2. Row 3. Row 4. Row 5. Row 6. And row 7. One more round of applause. They did great. On your stand, basses and pins in and basses back on the rack. Push your music stand all the way down. Then we're going to hand it over to Mr. D, who's going to warm up the students and give you this portion of the concert. Thank you again so much, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome again to our winter Informance. If you were wondering what the performance means and not a performance. We are literally taking you with us on a journey as to what the students have been learning from day 1 through now. It's always interesting to hear them when they get together first. They were very surprised when the first time they had to do it. So this is more of just kind of leading us through everything that we've been doing. So we're welcoming you into staring through the window of what a rehearsal before school is like. You drop your students off in the morning and go, bye. This is what they come into. So we're going to start off today at the band portion of the program. The first 3 numbers that we're going to do were the first 3 lines that we really worked on as a group. So all 90 band students came together for the first time. They hadn't played together before, and we worked on producing our very first 3 notes. So these first 3 lines are just our way of working through the very beginnings. Thank you. And now they have learned their first 3 notes. Then we started to branch into rhythms, and they started to incorporate whole notes, half notes, and quarter notes along with their first 3 notes. And this is where it became interesting because we could actually play songs that people would recognize. So, without further ado, the infamous, the world famous Hot Cross Buns. And then thank you. After that, we will be doing a French folk tune, French folk song, Au Clair de la Lune, and a song called Down by the Station, where they will be not only playing the rests and rhythms, but they will also be working on quarter note rests, where they really have to pay attention so they don't play over. So these are the next 3. Hope you enjoy them. So we are branching away from the shallow waters of 3-note land into 4-note land. First song is called Country Walk, and then the one after that is either Merrily We Roll Along or Mary Had a Little Lamb, whichever one you prefer. I like to mix the two actually, and we've been playing Merrily We Roll Lambs. So the students have been enjoying that nice little pastime. So, thank you. Until this point, the students have all been playing the exact same thing at the exact same time as all of the other instruments in the ensemble. The two songs we're going to do now for you kind of branch out from that a little bit. The next one is called Lightning Road. It's a duet. There's two separate parts going on at the same time. So now the students have to realize what they're playing, be confident in that, and hear something else that's going on around them. The song after that is Good King Wenceslas. It's a little holiday tune. But this song, they had the opportunity to learn about solos and solis. So although we're not going to have individuals stand up and play a solo for you all by themselves, we are going to have each section play all by themselves. So you get to hear what each individual instrument sounds like within the ensemble. And at that point, we will start with the flutes, and we will work our way back to clarinets, saxophones, trumpets, low brass, and then percussion. So, hope you enjoy. You probably recognize these as well. piece to perform for you today. It is called Farm Out. It's actually a little bit about how to farm. And at this point, the students now know 6 different notes. They know 4 different rhythms. They know about ties, and they've already played in 2 different time signatures. So, if you know anything about music, it's quite a lot for 2 months worth of play. So, the last song we will be doing for you is Farm Out, or Old and Don't Have Farm. Before we do that though, just want to say thank you very much for all of your help and support in this, and for all of the interesting sounds that we have heard and have been experienced with the past few months. They have come so far in 2 months. It's very astounding. I hope you got a little glimpse of that today, getting to hear them play all together at the same time. And just so you know, not to spoil it or anything, but in the spring, the jump again is monumental in the instrumental program. They go from playing these little melodies and all these little tunes to now playing full band arrangements, orchestra arrangements with multiple parts, and the percussion gets to play on a bunch of different things, and they're very excited. We already got a little taste of that in rehearsal this past week, and now we're kind of bummed that they didn't get to show yet. So they are really excited already for the springtime. It's going to be really fun, and can't wait for you to hear that. Last little thing, just as a reminder, there is no 5th grade band rehearsal on Friday morning this week. So enjoy the extra hour, get to school, and then we go. So without further ado, this is our final piece for the morning. This is Farm Out.
Orchestra parents, just a heads up for you as well, there are no more before school rehearsals for the rest of the week since we had our before school rehearsal this morning.
All right, thank you once again, everyone. Give a round of applause for all of our performers. So, our students will all be going back to class. You will see them after school, so we can wave goodbye. And families, we ask that you exit the way you came in, these rear doors of our gym. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful holiday and Happy New Year. Thank you.